Well, Barrios is a very good fighter. Smart, good boxer. Um, and he got decent punching power too. So I mean, he has a great chance of winning.
I wish things would just be held accountable and then just held by the rules, just so there's a standard. I'm not hating on the fight because I actually think Ryan Garcia knocks out Barrios. I think Barrios is horrible as a champion, maybe the worst champion I've ever seen in my life, in my lifetime anyway.
Explosive, he's dangerous, like I'm the better fighter.
Barrios looking to finish it off. Sent a huge left hook. Caught Ugas, stunned him.
At the end of the day, I'm the champion. I'm looking to defend.
Oh, there's a right hand. Talk about power. It wasn't Maidana. It was Barrios with a one-punch knockdown.
I don't make much of, all the noise around Garcia.
Barrios with the flurry.
I'm looking forward to, taking advantage of every weakness in his style.
Mario Barrios is saying he respects Ryan Garcia's explosiveness, but he is not scared at all and thinks Ryan has clear weaknesses he can expose. He is basically warning Ryan that as the champion, he is coming to punish every mistake and shut the hype down on fight night.
Barrios has always showed that he's a warrior. Barrios, you've seen him in his fights. He comes to fight. He's an action fighter, and of course, when you see Ryan Garcia is explosive. He holds his own. He holds his ground, and it's going to be a good fight for the fans.
Joel Diaz is setting the tone by painting Barrios as the kind of fighter who drags you into a war. So if Ryan is not ready for nonstop action, this could get ugly fast.
I see a very technical Ryan Garcia, just fighting off the back foot, trying to land that left hook to the head, and Mario's being cautious, looking to pressure Ryan. But I think at the end of the day, Ryan will come out with a victory.
Joel Diaz is teasing a chess match turning into a firefight, where Ryan stays sharp early but has to survive the pressure before he can take over and steal the win late.
Can Ryan set up the left hook? He just throws it. He'll spam that shit. Play video games? Y'all play video games?
Yeah.
He'll spam the hell out of it. But can he set it up? Like, skills like that, that's what I'm saying. Like, Richardson's he's not the same as Ryan Garcia. He'll set up. Can Ryan go to the well? Who's in his corner? Who's his trainer?
His dad.
His dad taking over?
Oh, that's bad news.
Damn, you just gotta chill.
Being honest.
Yeah. So, damn, I got Mario Barrios. I didn't know. His dad trained him.
Oh, do you?
But yeah, I got Mario
That's the one
Barrios. With
the hot picks the last 12 months.
I got Mario. Just Ryan Garcia, man. He was about 3 years ago. He was rolling high. I know we don't know if that was drugs or skills at the time. PDs. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah. I mean, he was wild. He was wild. He was wilding. But hopefully Ryan's locked in, man, and taking the boxing serious.
When you say years ago he was doing good and doing that.
Anthony Ant Brenna is basically questioning if Ryan Garcia has the real boxing IQ to set traps, or if he is still relying on one big left hook and hope. And when the talk turns to Ryan's corner and focus, it adds even more doubt, because if the wrong people are guiding him, Barrios could make him pay fast.
We seen the best of him on the build-up to the Tank fight, and with the Devin Haney fight, that was a great performance. When he fought Devin Haney, that definitely kept him
left hook.
Yeah, he Devin didn't have an answer for that left hook. But I feel like with Ryan that he's the same fighter. We know what Ryan is. He's been the same guy. We know as soon as you make a move, he's twitchy with the left.
That's coming.
He ain't gonna pull counter. He ain't gonna slip and counter. He ain't gonna go under. He ain't gonna slip and go to the body. He's looking for that hook. And I was watching him and Rolly in Times Square because it was 300 people that could be in there. So I was literally in the corner, sitting there watching. I'm like, this guy don't have if you're sitting there waiting, just playing a waiting game with Ryan, he's not gonna punch because he needs you to be fair first.
Twitchy hook.
Yeah, he needs you to come to him to throw that hook. He's looking for the hook.
When you got Rolly Romero, no disrespect to Rolly Romero.
Richardson Hitchens is saying Ryan Garcia has not evolved at all. He is still a one-weapon fighter hunting that left hook. The scary part is that if Barrios stays patient and refuses to give Ryan that moment, Ryan could freeze with nothing else to fall back on.
Rolly power when he got dropped, frozen, and Rolly was real patient, and Ryan didn't know what to do to take the initiative. Plus, Rolly power kept him honest.
Yeah. But don't forget Mario Barrios Pacquiao. That was horrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He probably whoop Pacquiao ass that night, huh? You talk shit about everybody else? Let's keep
I'm
going.
gonna leave the legends alone, man.
So who's your pick though, Richardson?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Yeah. No, it's one of those. I get it. I've been doing that a lot lately. You're good.
I don't know.
Y'all ducking Bix?
Barrios reminds me of Jesse Vargas.
Hitchens is reminding everyone that when Ryan faced a calm, disciplined opponent like Raleigh, he struggled to take control and looked lost. That sets up a tense question for Fight Night. Does Barrios repeat that same patient blueprint, or does he walk into the hook and change everything in 1 second?
There is nothing special about this dude.
Was Jesse a little better?
But this dude is just,
Might have been.
he hits his marks. You know what I mean? You do a lot of running.
A lot.
You do a lot of running. You know, do you like you have paces? Like you know at a certain point, this is what my time.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, right?
Right.
To me, that's how Mario Barrios is. That's how Jesse was. They're just gonna hit their marks. They're gonna be in position for the right thing at the right time every single time. And it's up to you. It's up to Ryan to evade whatever they've set their mind to do. They're not the kind of fighters that are going to systematically do this in the first round because I want to set this up for the third round. They're systematically just gonna be in the right position, doing the right thing, very conventional the whole way. But the thing that makes them special is
Sean Porter is comparing Barrios to a fighter who is not flashy, but always in the right place at the right time. He is basically saying Barrios does not need fancy setups. He just sticks to the basics and keeps showing up on the exact spots you do not want him to be. That is what makes it dangerous, because it feels simple until it starts working on you. So now the pressure is on Ryan to avoid those perfect positions all night. And if Ryan gets impatient even for a second, that is when Barrios steals the moment.
works. It's like they're almost like computers at this point. Like I just gotta, and as long as you're right there when I push enter, I'm gonna hit you. As long as I push this comma at the right time, I'm gonna make you miss. There's nothing very like nice and anything. It just works. It worked for Jesse. I sparred with Jesse one time, and based off everything I've seen Jesse do in fights, I was like, this is nothing, right? After the first round, I was like, shit, like he caught me cold, and I couldn't turn on because I was so turned off by everything and I feel like that's how Mario is. A lot of guys come to the ring thinking that, oh, this is gonna be easy night. The speed ain't there, the quickness ain't there, all of the aesthetics ain't there, but it just works. Right. All that said, and especially with how Ryan Garcia performed in this last fight, I have to go with the guy that systematically does the right things all the time. And it takes somebody doing the right things consistently in order to beat that. And I don't think that that's Ryan Garcia anymore.
Does the trainers matter? Joe Goosen flipped. Now he's over here.
Yeah.
Porter is saying Barrios looks ordinary at first, which is why people underestimate him. But his style is like a machine, boring to watch until it starts landing clean shots again and again. He even hints that Ryan is the type who can get frustrated if the fight is not giving him openings. And if Ryan cannot stay disciplined, Barrios will keep doing the same thing and win the small moments round by round. That is why Porter leans toward Barrios, because consistency can crush hype fast. The scary part is Ryan might not realize he is losing until it is already too late.
And he got his daddy.
Yeah, that matters. I think the thing about the dad is we came up doing this the whole way. So this is like that system that they have is gonna always be there. The thing that for me is when it comes time to make adjustments. In my experience, I've seen a lot of fathers that aren't able to find those adjustments, see those adjustments, and make those adjustments. And to me, that's the thing of actually. Like you do, like you eat, you breathe, you study this thing, you know this thing inside and out. A lot of coaches ain't like that, especially the dads. A lot of dads ain't like that. They just know what they know, and what they know, they just gonna keep pounding that until it work. And when it don't, you just come up with, unanimous decision loss. So I want to see Ryan be great, because if Ryan is great in this fight, this is what we're not gonna get from Mario. Mario is not gonna back down. The greater Ryan is in this fight, the greater the fight becomes. I hope it's a really good fight, because I think it has like all of the intangibles to be an amazing fight, amazing card too.
I think it can close the show because the two co-mains.
Porter then shifts it to the real fight behind the fight, the corners and the adjustments. He is basically saying trainers matter a lot when the plan A stops working, and he is warning that dad trainers often struggle to spot and fix problems in the moment. So if Ryan starts losing rounds, can his team actually change something before it is too late? Because if Ryan levels up, Barrios will not back down, and that is when this turns into a real thriller. Either Ryan's corner saves him, or it becomes a long, painful night.
I don't make much of all the like noise around Garcia. I just know I have a live opponent in front of me. I have somebody who's trying to take my title, and I'm looking just to go out there and defend.
Barrios is brushing off all the hype and drama around Ryan and keeping it cold and simple. He is treating this like business, not entertainment. That is a warning by itself, because fighters who stay calm usually do not panic when things get messy. He is basically saying, I see one thing in front of me, a guy trying to take my belt. That mindset makes the champion harder to break, and it sets up a tense fight week vibe, because he sounds locked in and not distracted at all.
Stylistically, I think this is going to be a very exciting fight. Garcia, he's explosive, he's dangerous, and but I think on a boxing level, there's no like competing with us. I think I'm the better fighter, and I'm looking to go out there and like show that on fight night.
Barrios admits Ryan is dangerous, but he is also saying there are levels to boxing. He is framing it like Ryan has power and speed, but not the full skill set. That is bold, because he is telling everyone he expects to outbox him, not just survive him. He is also trying to plant doubt in Ryan's head before the first bell. If Barrios is right, Ryan's big moments might not be enough, and that is where the suspense grows, because one mistake could flip everything.
I feel like, I'm going into this fight like, I have, everything to lose. I have the title. I know he's coming, with a lot to prove, but at the end of the day, I'm the champion. I'm looking to defend and, just, show why, I'm, the biggest threat in the welterweight division.
Barrios is talking like a champion who feels the weight of the belt on his shoulders. He knows one bad night can erase everything, so he is coming in with urgency. But he also sounds confident, like he believes he is the real threat in the division. That is him raising the stakes and daring Ryan to prove it. The pressure is massive, and he is owning it instead of running from it. And when a champ fights like he has everything to lose, it usually turns violent.
I'm looking forward to, taking advantage of every weakness, that we see in his in his style.
Just using my skills, my abilities. I know he's trying to like downplay, the like size difference with this, but I think it's gonna be something he's definitely gonna feel, in the fight. And I want to go in there. I want to make him uncomfortable. I want to test how bad he really wants to be in there with me.
This is where Barrios gets personal with the strategy, not just the hype. He is saying he sees patterns in Ryan's style, and he is ready to punish them. He is also bringing up the size and physicality, like Ryan will feel it once the shots start landing. That is a fight week threat, because it means he plans to make Ryan uncomfortable every second. He is basically promising a rough night, not a clean boxing match. And if Ryan cannot handle that pressure, the fight could slip away fast.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's been a long camp. I'm already tired of it. Just ready, to just show everything that me and Joe have been working on. Just ready to just put all this work from camp and just go into this fight strong.
Barrios is sounding like a man who has been living in the gym and is sick of camp already. That is the "I'm ready to fight right now" energy. He is also giving credit to what he and Joe have been building, like there is a new version coming. That adds mystery, because it suggests he is going to show something different on fight night. When a fighter says that, fans start asking what changed, and that is what makes this matchup feel even more dangerous.
Looking back after the Parker fight, there were just things that I wanted to get back to, and then it's been a long journey for me, but I feel like I've had these like chapters in my career. Early on it was I was with Bob, and he was the main guy in my corner. Then I ended up switching with Virgil for like 6 years in the Bay Area, and I feel like that added on a lot to my style. And then went back with Bob here in Vegas for like 3, and then it was really just wanting to get back to things that got me to this point in the first place. And you know, just being with a coach that, you know, has been there with plenty of fighters, who's brought that out of plenty of fighters. And you know, we were very familiar with Joe Goossen and, you know, what he's capable of doing with fighters. And so yeah, you know, it was just one of those things. Me and my team sat down and we're like, you know, like, why not change it up? You know, why not I just continue to be uncomfortable, you know, because I feel like, you know, there could be a lot of growth in those areas. So, like, that was the main reason why we chose Joe. And
Barrios is opening up about his career like it has been a long road with different phases. He is explaining why he switched trainers and why he chose Joe, like he wants growth, not comfort. That matters because new coaches can bring new habits and new weapons. He is basically saying he went looking for discomfort to level up. That is a scary mindset right before a big title defense. And it makes you wonder if Ryan is walking into a better, smarter Barrios than people expect.
I definitely think that, you know, just from, you know, continuing on, you know, making these big fights, you know, with the best, you know, in the sport, just continuing, you know, to test myself. I know, you know, with all that experience, you know, that's when I'm taking it into this fight. You know, I've been in there, like I said, you know, with Tank, who's very explosive, very quick. With Pacquiao, very awkward, like someone one of a kind. Thurman, who's a great movement, you know, a big puncher. So yeah, you know, I'm looking to just use everything that has got me to this point, and then, you know, to make sure that I have a successful, a very one-sided title defense.
Barrios is stacking his resume and reminding everyone he has been in with real names and real styles. He is saying that experience is exactly why he is not nervous about Ryan's explosiveness. That is him telling you he has seen speed, power, awkwardness, and big fight pressure already. And now he wants to use all of it to make this a one-sided defense. That is a bold promise because Ryan only needs one clean hook to change the story. So the tension is, can Barrios control the fight before that moment arrives?
I did what I had to. I made the weight. If you see the pictures, I'm like, damn, dude. Making that weight, I feel like, yeah, that one was tough.
This is the real fighter talk, not the promo talk. Barrios is saying that making the weight was brutal, and the pictures show how hard it hit him. That can mean two things. Either he is drained, or he is locked in like never before. Weight cuts can change everything once the fight starts. It adds suspense because fans will wonder how his body responds under pressure. If he feels strong, Ryan is in trouble. If he feels weak, Ryan's explosiveness becomes even scarier.
I mean, always beat speed and boxing IQ also. And I think, you know, going into this fight, I know I'm the better fighter. I know on a boxing level, not saying Ryan isn't good. You know, he's good at what he does. He's very explosive. But I just know I'm the better fighter. I just know what I'm better at in this fight, and I'm gonna show that on the February 21st.
Okay.
Barrios is leaning into the classic idea that timing beats speed. He is basically saying Ryan is fast and explosive, but he believes IQ and control will win the night. That is him claiming he can read Ryan and beat him to the punch. He is not disrespecting Ryan, but he is clearly saying he is better in the areas that decide fights. And he even puts a date on it, like he is calling his shot. That makes the build-up feel like a storm, because now somebody has to be embarrassed.
No, absolutely. But I feel like aside from like just stylistically, you know, that we're working on, you know, Ryan isn't, you know, a topic of conversation, you know, other than just our game plan.
Oh,
yeah.
Period. Yeah, I get that.
And it's just like, yeah, and Joe knows, you know, bad habits he makes, and the bad habits he makes is, you know, from his fights. So that's stuff that we're worried about.
Barrios is saying Ryan is not even the main topic in camp, the game plan is. That is cold, because it sounds like he is treating Ryan like just another assignment. He is also saying Joe has studied Ryan's habits, and they are building around those mistakes. That adds suspense because it hints they found something specific to attack. When a team talks like that, it usually means they have a trap ready, and if Ryan falls into it early, the whole fight changes instantly.
You're gonna beat Ryan Garcia?
Absolutely.
This is the simplest but most dangerous energy of all. No long speeches, just certainty. Barrios is not hesitating, not joking, not giving a safe answer. That kind of confidence either comes from real preparation or real belief. And when a champion says absolutely, it sounds like he already sees the win in his head. It also puts pressure on Ryan, because now the champ is daring him to take it. This is the moment where the promo turns into a warning, and it makes fight night feel like somebody is about to get humbled.
I mean, Ryan Garcia, I don't know if I can trust Ryan Garcia. And the last time I seen Ryan Garcia, he was losing to Ruley. No disrespect to him or Ruley, but Ruley had just switched trainers and really looked really good. But Ryan Garcia showed me he doubts himself. You know what I mean? I can't gamble on a guy like that. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Barrios isn't the most consistent because he has times where he should step on the gas and he don't do it. Or he has times where he should box and he don't do it. Or he has times where he should fight and he don't do it. You know what I mean? So it's a pretty even matchup. But at the same time,
Greg Hackett is basically saying the biggest problem with picking Ryan Garcia is trust. He is pointing to that Raleigh performance as proof that Ryan can fall apart mentally when the fight is not going his way. That is the scary part, because talent means nothing if you start doubting yourself in the ring. But he also keeps it real about Barrios, saying Barrios can be frustrating and inconsistent too. Sometimes he does not press when he should, sometimes he does not box when he should, and that can cost rounds. So in his eyes, this is not a walkover for either man. That is what makes it tense, because the fight could swing just off one bad decision.
I think Barrios is more consistent than Ryan as far as being in shape, things like that, and keeping his cool. I think Barrios wins the fight.
By decision?
Yeah, 7-5, 8-4.
Hackett is leaning on Barrios because he trusts the basics: fitness, composure, and discipline. He is basically saying Barrios shows up in shape more often and does not mentally unravel as easily. That matters in a fight like this, where Ryan's explosiveness can tempt you into panic. If Barrios keeps his cool, the fight becomes slow, ugly, and controlled. And that is where decisions get won, round by round, not in highlights. Hackett is almost predicting a points grind, not a war. The suspense is whether Ryan can force chaos before Barrios banks too many rounds.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because I understand that anybody could be knocked out, but I don't think that would happen.
Hackett is admitting the knockout is always possible because one clean shot can erase everything, but he is also saying he does not see Ryan actually pulling it off in this matchup. That is a hard statement, because Ryan's left hook is the one thing everyone fears. Hackett is basically betting that Barrios can survive the danger and not give Ryan the perfect moment. It turns into a question of timing, patience, and who breaks first. If Ryan cannot create that opening, the whole explosive story dies in real time. And if Barrios eats the hook and stays standing, Ryan's confidence could crash fast.
Don't technically say.
Yeah, it's nothing. They're solid across the board. Solid power, solid speed, solid positioning, solid timing, can counter a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, Barrios will have to counter in this fight, and isn't that one of Joe Goosen's specialties is catch and shoot?
Yeah.
But
Joe is all about the catch and shoot.
Yeah, but the way, and he'll have to do that effectively in this fight, like Rolly did. But Rolly did it like out of a shoulder roll type stand, lead hand down, bop, and that's not Barrios. He's here, and Ant was talking about how's he going to get the hook off, and you talked about how he usually just spams the one shot at a time, the one hook. The way he got it off against Devin, in addition to Osterine, was by throwing combinations, and not even the most beautiful, like well-placed, super smart in combination set. He just let him go.
He was assertive. He was assertive.
Versus Devin.
Sean Zittel is basically breaking down why Barrios is so dangerous, even without flashy skills. He is saying Barrios is technically solid everywhere, good positioning, good timing, good basics, and that kind of fighter is hard to beat clean. Then he brings up Joe Goosen and the catch-and-shoot style. Like Barrios might need to counter Ryan the way Raleigh did. But here is the twist. Barrios does not fight like Raleigh with that shoulder roll look, so the question becomes how he does it in his own way. Zittel also ties it back to Ryan's left hook problem, that Ryan often just throws it raw without setting it up, and the only time Ryan really got it popping was when he let his hands go in combos, even if they were not perfect. That is the suspense, because if Ryan actually throws volume again, the fight turns into chaos fast. This fight looks like a real clash of styles. Barrios is the steady, disciplined guy who wants to stay sharp, stay patient, and break Ryan down over rounds, while Ryan is the explosive guy who can change everything with one clean left hook. If Ryan stays calm and actually builds his shots with combinations, he can win, but if he gets impatient or starts hunting one punch, Barrios can easily steal rounds and take over. And the longer it goes, the more it starts to feel like Barrios kind of fight. But if Ryan lands early and Barrios has to respect that power, the whole game plan can fall apart. This is the type of matchup where one small mistake can decide everything. What do you think happens on fight night? Does Ryan's power show up when it matters most? Or does Barrios' experience and consistency control the fight? Can Ryan really adjust if Barrios stays patient and counters? And will Barrios be able to handle that left hook if it lands clean? Also, do you trust Ryan's focus and corner going into a fight like this? Or do you think Barrios is the safer pick? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel and tune in for more videos like this.